Hello, hope y'all are all doing well. It's November 16th, it's Thursday. And today I'm going to be talking about multiple things. I'm going to start off by talking about what we could be looking at, or what we're pretty much seeing right now, going on in Florida and temperature-wise for the entire country. And then we'll be talking about next week. It's looking pretty active for really everywhere at some point in the week. So I'll be going over that. Hope y'all are all doing well. It's Thursday, so the week is almost over actually already. This week's gone by really quick, for me at least. Just been doing a lot of AP Calc stuff, so that's probably why. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So looking at current temperatures right now for the entire country, uh, in these yellow and orange shades down here, these are generally 60 to 70 degree temperatures. We can see we have a lot of warmer air as you go pretty much from the entire south up into the Great Lakes in the Midwest. We got some of the coldest air in the country right now is located up in pretty much North Dakota, northern South Dakota, northwestern Minnesota, and over into areas of the Northwest. And the Northeast is also pretty cold as well. The Northeast has been chilly all week. If you watched, what was it? If you watched Monday's video, I went over the Northeast a little bit more, and it's pretty cold up there. But yeah, looking at Florida, because right now we have some ongoing stuff. So we've had this like not really. It's not a tropical low, but it's a low that's just been bringing a ton of rain and even some wind areas of Florida. Right now we can see we have a lot of this rain across areas of central Florida. We can see Orlando getting in on some of that. Currently, Orlando's gotten a decent bit of rain. We play this out. We can see how that rain's sitting over there still getting a good bit. Heavier rain as you go further east towards Titusville, Palm Bay, and down towards Vero Beach. Where we actually have some thunderstorms down there, and then this rain shield just extends up north towards like Gainesville, Jacksonville, and St. Augustine. If we head up to the Jacksonville radar real quick, let's let that load in. Yeah, we can see rain's a little lighter up here, but it's still there. So yeah, it's been pretty active. We also had some issues down in Miami with flooding and also damage from damage from wind. So that's pretty interesting. So that's what's going on there. Looking at the Northeast real quick. This is for. I'll just give y'all an entire overview of this real quick. So we can see this is pretty much what we have tomorrow afternoon. We have that low still sitting off of Florida, bringing some showers. We have this low way up in Canada, way up in Quebec there. Cold front stretched down across the Great Lakes, even some showers as far south as like Tennessee, Kentucky. And then we do actually see a little bit of snow from this. We were looking at like a nor'easter type event. If you remember what I talked about last video, we were looking at like snow for areas of like this area here pretty much. It's still looking like that is going to pretty much hold, although it's not looking as significant because we don't really see a fully organized nor'easter from this. It's kind of just it tries to be a nor'easter, but it's just disorganized. It doesn't really come together perfectly with that cold front, but that cold front on the backside we do see some snow. In areas of the Northeast, which looking at the HRRR, you can see how it picks up on some of that snow. So this is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Got that rain moving through areas like Binghamton, Pittsburgh, down to West Virginia. No snow yet, but as we go throughout Friday night, we get some of that cooling, and on the back side of that front also, that cold air moving in. We see a little switch over to snow across northern New York, Vermont, and like northern New Hampshire, to some of that heavier snow in Maine. Accumulations with this are definitely going to be light, will definitely be light, but we will be seeing them. And we can also see some flurries pretty far south. We can see some flurries maybe in Binghamton, maybe in like the northwestern tip of Massachusetts. I wouldn't be surprised. So that's pretty cool. And as far as the HRRR goes out, yeah, we can see snowfall is extremely limited. Not even an inch in really anywhere, just mainly half an inch in some like localized areas. So very little snow. Looking at the NAM3. Let's take a look here. It goes a little more. Some of those higher elevations picking up more as we go towards Saturday night, but still very little snow overall. Maybe like an inch to 2 inches in some of the higher elevations at most. That's it. So that's what's going on with that storm system. We can see we have another system coming into the west. Very active actually Sunday in the west, and then we see this is our Thanksgiving Day week low rate. You're coming together. So Monday afternoon. Next week, November 20th. We have our low in Texas. We already got everything starting to come into that kind of comma head shape. We still have a little bit of snow on the backside of this. Looking at temperature anomalies on Monday, let's take a look at that real quick. We can see it's very warm in several locations. I'm assuming here it's probably just cold because of clouds, considering this is afternoon, so that's probably why. Just below average temperatures in the afternoon. Northeast is still like a pocket of cold, of course. Even in the morning, yeah, even in the morning they're still below average. But that warm air is just really going hard over the south, the northern plains as well. And switch back to this. So Monday night we can see how low we see how low moves east. Doesn't really do too much. Like, it does get a little more organized. So we also start to see cold air push through with another cold front from Canada, and so those kind of collide. Or not really collide, but that cold air, it does help to filter in some more cold air in the backside, and then this low really gets its act together once it hits the Great Lakes. We can see it goes from around 1,005 millibars to like a 990 by the time it exits Maine. Then it just sits there, and we do see actually like a very good winter storm for areas like the UP in Michigan, Wisconsin, and a lot of cold air on the backside of this. Like, there is a ton of cold air. We also see a significant lake effect, and then we'll talk about that in just a second. We take a look at temperature anomalies. And yeah, we see we have very cold air. Thursday morning, that cold air does make it all the way into the east. Clears central Florida even Thursday afternoon. We're looking at temperatures maybe 25 degrees below average in some places. Let's switch over to the GFS ensembles. This gives us a little bit of a better idea. And yeah, we're looking at temperatures 10 to 15, 20 degrees below average maybe in some areas. This one, we were looking at this, I think, Sunday or Saturday. This like little pocket of cold air that's actually coming back. But then the cold actually does make it into the southeast. And yeah, we see that stays around for a bit in the GFS ensembles there. The European ensembles, temperature-wise, let's take a look. A little different. A little... Actually, that's the week after. I'm so stupid. Okay. Wednesday evening, yeah, we have that cold air. We don't have that massive pocket of cold right there, so I wouldn't bet on that really, but it definitely looks like we're going to be seeing a cold Thanksgiving. Really east of the Rockies, pretty much. Like the entire central part of the country and the east, pretty much, being below average. For a couple of days, too. It does stick around. So we'll see. I want to take a look at what the European has for this storm system, which areas get snow and stuff. I think the 18Z doesn't go out far enough now, but the 12Z does. Very similar to the GFS, actually. That's almost perfect. Yeah, a lot of snow across really like these areas here, really picking up, and then lake effect on the backside of this. The northeast does start out as snow in some areas as that warm front pushes through, but then it quickly warms up and switches over to rain. And we could even be seeing maybe a severe weather threat or just a damaging wind threat, which we'll look at in just a second. But yeah, that lake effect in the backside, and then this low as we go towards Saturday and Sunday, which is kind of uncertain. But the GFS had like snow all the way down here. I wouldn't bet on that quite yet, but we will be looking at something as we go towards the weekend of the 25th and the 26th. And we will have a little bit more cold air in place too, so we'll see if we can get snow out of that in some more southern locations. But yeah, I want to take a look at. Let's see. I want to go back a little bit here. Yeah, I definitely think we're also going to be looking at damaging wind, like a threat for like just gusty winds and really strong winds in some places. We take a look at what the European has for wind gust swaths, because we can look at this. Yeah, I mean we gust to like all across, like pretty much the Ohio Valley down in the areas of the south. You have gusts like in the 40s, 30s and 40s, and even in the northeast you have some gusts up to about 50. So yeah, we'd be looking at some wind. Not like thunderstorm related wind either. Maybe we could get some severe weather. We'll have to see. We take a look at. Let's see here. Just take a look at 500 millibar winds real quick. And yeah, look at that tilt. Oh my god. I definitely think with this we would be seeing a threat for severe weather at some point somewhere in the country. GFS, very similar. First, that piece of energy. We have this piece of energy with that first storm system. Then we can see this one coming out of the north with that storm system up in Canada on the backside of that. the actual trough, and then that just pretty much like slams into that. And then that's, yeah, the lake effect snow. That lake effect we see is going to be insane. But yeah, that's why we have so much cold air up in this area here. This area here will struggle to get like as cold, but it will still be below average for this time of year. It's not going to be like record-setting cold though. Not even close in some cases. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I know Thanksgiving Day. I don't know what day it was, but I know we had that. We had some insane Thanksgiving Day, winter storm in 1950. I know here, where I live in Athens, Georgia, we had a high of 18, I believe, and a low of 1, like a low of 1 in November, which is like, I'm pretty sure that's colder than like what we've ever gotten in December before. So I can't imagine if that were to happen today. Like, that'd be so crazy. Like, that'd just be amazing. I mean, I don't think it'll ever happen again, but but yeah. So I wouldn't really say we're out of the. I definitely think we could get some severe. They're looking at dew points. Yeah, we see like dew points pretty much, yeah, yellow shades, 60 to even 70 degrees, 60 to 65 in some areas. And that stretch all the way up into like the mid-Atlantic too. I definitely think we could be looking at a severe weather threat and just a threat for like thunderstorm related gusty winds pretty much across like this entire area here, as we go towards next week, as we go towards Tuesday and Wednesday next week. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. A little bit of a shorter video, but not a ton to talk about with what's going on right now because we can't really get into any details of this yet because it's still like 5 to 6 days out. But yeah, I'll probably have another video out for Saturday, or on Saturday, because tomorrow I'm gonna be pretty busy. Or I'm not gonna be busy tomorrow, but I'm just gonna, Thanksgiving break. I got next week. I'll probably do something tomorrow with some of my friends. So yeah, I'll probably won't have time for a video, but I'll have one Saturday for sure. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it, and hope y'all all have a good night.